The KTM 390 Duke needs no introduction. It's one of those bikes that totally nails the bang for the buck phase to the T. During its previous two generations, the 390 Duke has remained virtually untouchable as far as performance and dynamics are concerned. And now, its third generation, the 390 Duke doesn't seem to be ready to let go of that position. We recently had the chance to test ride the brand new 390 Duke at Bajaj's test track in Pune and also out on the streets during the first ride. If you want to check out that video, head to the description for the link. Now, we have had this bike for a couple of days, which has allowed us to spend more time with it, to test it within the city, in traffic and out on the highway. Also check out the other features and tech and more. In this video, we'll be letting you know all about that and also answer the question whether the 2024 390 Duke justifies its asking price. But before we get going, if you are new to our channel, do subscribe to us and hit that bell notification for the latest updates on the automotive industry from Car and Bike. The latest 390 Duke's design seems to underscore its personality with the pure intent of spirited riding. With my height of 5 feet 6 inches, I can comfortably swing my leg over the 800 seat height to get astride on it. The seat cushioning is on the stiffer side but comfortable for long journeys. Even the pillion seat now is larger, offering more room when riding two up. The foot pegs are mid-rear set while the one-piece handlebar is wide and is right where you'll want it to be. The overall riding triangle is upright and it also gives you a sporty yet commanding stance, which is ideal for riding in the city or also when riding fast. However, when ducked down, there isn't much space to move behind as you end up being right close to the instrument console, which isn't that great. Unlike the international model, which gets different mirror stocks, the India spec uses the ones from the Dominar 400, which frankly go well with the design, but more importantly provide a good view of the vehicles behind too. The new TFT display offers good visibility even in direct sunlight, and the matte texture of the screen doesn't pick up fingerprints easily. New pictograms on the interface make it easier to read on the go, and it's simple to navigate thanks to the new switchgear blocks. Next is the new LED headlamp, which is different from the previous generation Duke. This one gets 4 pods instead of 6, and after riding this motorcycle in the night and also through parking lots, it is safe to conclude that this one does what's expected of it. The intensity is strong and so is the spread. Given the limited time during the first ride, we didn't get to properly check the launch control feature. To use it, one needs to switch to track mode, turn off traction control completely by keeping the selection button pressed for a few seconds. Once done, slot it in first gear with the clutch pulled in, open the throttle full, it will hold the revs at 7000 RPM and then disengage the clutch. While we managed to get it right mostly, it does allow you to put the power down without the fear of the front end taking off. You get 3 runs, after which the bike needs to be run normally for some distance before another attempt. With a high displacement motor that produces more or less the same power figures as the first generation Duke, the 2024 model is back at offering the same hooligan nature but in a more mature manner. Being an over-square motor with a high compression ratio, an engine is bound to run hot. But now, with a higher displacement, the engine runs cooler than before, which means even after a decent run of riding fast, the radiator fans don't stay on for too long after pulling over. But what's more noticeable is the motor's tractability. The added displacement and new gearbox allows the bike to be ridden in a calm manner when needed. It doesn't ask for frequent gear shifts and you can ride it at speeds of 40 to 45 kmph in 5th gear. Previous models of the Duke came with a good dose of vibrations, which would get annoying after a point. But in the latest 390 Duke, the motor is less strained. Being a single, the vibrations are still present, but can be lived with. Handling has always been the 390 Duke's strongest suit, and has only gotten better with the third generation model. Now, equipped with fully adjustable suspension at both ends, the rider is able to set up the motorcycle as per their liking. We played with the different settings for the suspension and found a noticeable difference in how the suspension reacted on the same stretch of road over bumps and around corners.
The lightweight alloy wheels and brake rotors help in reducing the unsprung mass, which has further improved the bike's agility. The bike's overall mass is centrally located, which makes it very easy to change directions in an instant with confidence. The bi-brake brakes do a fantastic job of shedding speeds effectively, while the Metzeler tires offer lots of grip and feedback on what's happening at the contact patches. Overall, it inspires more confidence to do what the bike is meant for and is capable of.
If you are planning to buy the 390 Duke, you will have to be mentally prepared to not expect any great fuel efficiency figures from this motorcycle. However, during our fuel runs, we managed to get 33.5 kilometers per liter, which is slightly more than the outgoing model. The reason for that, we feel, is due to the high displacement motor, which allows the engine to run much calmer.
During the journey from the first generation to the third generation model, the 390 Duke has evolved significantly in becoming a much better and capable machine. With all the new tech and premium cycle parts, KTM has managed to further raise the bar for performance for price in this segment.
Yes, the 2024 390 Duke isn't a cheap motorcycle in today's date, and definitely not in relation to the price it was introduced back in 2013. But neither is the case with the other two-wheelers that are sold in today's market. For the kind of performance, tech, features and kit that this third generation 390 Duke offers, in my books, this motorcycle is one of the best options to buy for a performance motorcycle in this segment. If you have liked our video, do give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until then, keep watching Car and Bike.